In 1995, the Fourth World Conference on Women resulted in the groundbreaking Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action,
an agenda for change which set the tone for the next quarter century of feminist movement building across the globe.
In honor of this momentous gathering and the women and girls who made it possible,
Breakthrough is inviting activist leaders to reflect on what happened and where we go from here.
how have the lives of women and girls changed for the better or for worse?
And how do we keep up momentum in the fight for gender equality?
The Fourth World Conference on Women, which was held in Beijing in 1995, was really an opportune moment for the marginalized sections of society in India. Dalit women came and participated in the pre-Beijing conferences and also in the Beijing conferences. Until then, like in all the international and the national spaces being occupied by the dominant caste and the elitist women of India. They thought that the issues that they were raised are the issues. And they were also homogeneous issues. They did not represent the life of all the Indian women, especially of the marginalized group. The Dalit women who entered in these conferences and the discussion really brought in their sufferings, their agony, and their struggles. How they been different from other women, because they were not only oppressed by the gender, but they also class and caste oppression was there. The class discrimination experience was a unique experience was the Dalit women. This had never been highlighted. Same way, many of the other oppressed communities were not able to represent their own problems. I think this conference made sure that these voices are brought together. The women who never been exposed to this kind of discussions were given information. They were able to input their experiences into it. Secondly, I would say that in the conferences that we organized, the concept of social justice has been expanded. The concept of development has been expanded, taking into course our needs and our aspirations into the centrality of the problems. In fact, in the conferences that we held, the Dalit women held an international conference held by National Federation of Dalit Women, Women's Voice, very strongly pitched in and brought in a parallel of caste discrimination to the racial discrimination of the world. Globally, we have equated caste discrimination, racial discrimination are almost the same, and we suffered that kind of intersectionality, problems of caste, class, gender, similarly race, class and gender. I think that was a very unique opportunities, and this approach was really broaden our understanding of social movements in India and also in the women's movement. For the first time, women's movement thought that yes, these are the issues need to be highlighted. That the Dalit women in large number attended, 225 women have attended the conference, and 1/3 of them Dalit women. Because Dalit women attended, other marginalized groups such as tribal women, Muslim women, and Northeast women, and many other groups which are discriminated were able to join in the conference. You may say, what happened after the Beijing conference? I would say, when they came back, now, in 1995, all the women who were discriminated group, they started their own women's organization. They were led by the discriminated women, the Dalit women, the tribal women, the desert women. So that was a moment that a lot of women's group emerged to work on the problems of their own communities. This is one. Secondly, I would say a national alliance of women was formed. It was the first time it was represented by diverse women. The leadership was diverse. It was a non-based Delhi groups. The Delhi women's leadership was not there. The leadership emerged from the regions. And it was not led by the dominant caste women. It was led by all diverse women. For the first time in India, that you can see an intersectoral organizations were emerged. I would say this is an opportune moment for Dalit women as well as other marginalized women to raise the issue so strongly and to lobby for policies and programs for their development. The National Federation of Dalit Women had organized a very special event at the conference in Beijing to talk about the problems of Dalit women, their struggles and aspirations. The world understood the gravity of caste discrimination and violence perpetrated on Dalit communities. Yet, we have not seen in the document, the outcome document on Beijing Platform for Action, a question related to caste at all. Caste has not been mentioned as an issue at all in the document. Till today, even after 25 years, the issue is not coming up in any other major outcome document, including JEF document. Secondly, the Beijing Platform for Action has very clearly articulated the women's rights as human rights. But yet, in the document, many of the issues related to the marginalized communities have been left out. For example, the trans communities, the LGBTQI community, the persons with disability has been totally not mentioned at all in the document. At least now, the JEF process must see to that substantive equality must be granted to all the communities who has been historically discriminated in our societies. Therefore, the JEF process has to be inclusive and intersectoral. The issues of all the historically left out marginalized communities must be included.